Welcome back to part 3 of how to build a platform out of cardboard. We've had a bit of a problem. The problem occurred over lunch when we had severe sunlight coming into the room, extremely hot. This is in my little workshop, and what has happened that the platform has warped. Difficult, can you see how it's bouncing up there? So what I've got to do somehow, I've got to strengthen the lateral area going along, and we'll do that in a minute. Now what I've also had to do, where my camera is going to connect to, I put an extra piece of wood in there as a support, and a bit of tubing, which is the right size tubing, and that will just help support the camera in an upright position. Come up with a little bit of a solution to stop the bowing. I was very lucky some time ago. I was at a building site and they were throwing bits of lead away. This was covered in moss. They can't sell it if it's dirty and mossy. And I said, "You got any little bits to spare for me model railway?" He said, "Yeah, have that, mate. Go on." So this little bit here, I've got quite heavy, and what I've decided to do, I've cut it. You can cut it with scissors if you're strong, and I've cut out a cross piece. Now the cross piece is going to fit in there, and this piece of lead is going to go there, so that when that one goes in there and that is glued to that, okay. Of course, when it's upside down, the lead is forming a weight to go down, so I'm going to do that quite a few places all the way along the line. Strengtheners are now in place with lead, etc. Also at this end where the camera piece is going, that I put a piece of plastic tubing in there, and I've now anchored that with some nice, what do they call it, epoxy resin glue. Now one thing I did have to do, we were still wobbling a little bit, so I put a complete square of lead in there. It's quite a heavy platform now, but I had no intention of moving the platform. When the platform was down, that's where it was going to stay, because I've got all the lights going on top of it. I'm not an electrician, I could be mucking it up, so I thought if I need to get to the lights, then I can move this out the way. All I'm going to do, because my track is ballasted at the moment, there's going to be a small gap, and I'm just going to put dry ballast in by the side of it, and so it will look okay. Cardboard doesn't like moisture, so I'm applying a coat of varnish matte to the paper on there, and this is going to sort of theoretically fix it so that any moisture doesn't get in there and muck things up. No, what's happened? Ah, calamity. The spray has taken away the pattern. Look at that, what a disaster. No. I've now done a test. This is the card that I had printed my stuff on, so it's not flimsy paper, possibly 120 gram or whatever they call it, and this, I've sprayed it 3 times. So this is the spray with the acrylic varnish. Disaster, don't use it. This is the spray with enamel varnish. Looks pretty good. This is the spray with the Winsor and Newton sort of artist type sealer sprayer. So between that one and that one, I can't see a big difference. So I would say it was safe to use either the enamel or the Winsor and Newton, but definitely not the acrylic. I hope this stops everybody from making my mistake, and let's hope it helps you. I'm pleased to say I've solved the problem of the side wall of the platform. I've used Smart Models brick paper, which is old red brick, and it's a lovely paper, and as you can see it's not looking too bad at all, and I'm quite pleased with it. I'm also very pleased with the how the lead has held the platform down, because we've got no bounce at all. It's absolutely smashing all the way along, nice and solid all the way along. Well, I must admit progress has been a little slow. This is my scratch built ticket office. Not happy with it, but it's the first one I've done. I'm not the best, I'm a bit of a bodger, but anyway, there you go, that's that done. I've also completed the steps. As you can see, the steps are slightly well worn. That's a lovely little bike. I've got some stone walls up. I put paving down, and also I've just dressed it with a couple of taxis so you get the idea of what we're going to do eventually. And there's the buses. Now the paving is the Wills paving, which is the Victorian paving. Very nice, I like that a lot. The tarmac is printed from one of the companies. I'll put in the features at the bottom. I'll also tell you where I got the bike from, quite a few of those. And I've also connected up power to the lights. Look at that. It'll be neater when it's finished. I'll turn the lights off now and show you what it's like. So here's the light in the ticket office. That's the back of it, which won't be seen much because of the big station building going in there. And that's what it looks like from the front. I've also got lights on the other platform, which just looks quite nice. Got those all done. Now if I can do this, just hold on a tick, if I can do this properly, this is going to be quite good. That's the first Pullman to arrive at West Haven Station.